Bill and Madeline, we're here at, I forget the name of it, Project Home Base, which is like an RV park for homeless people during the coronavirus. So basically, you're homeless. Tell me where you were living before this.
We lived in a family-owned home on 77th Avenue, and we had an apartment in San Francisco, and we moved over here to take care of my mother and my mother's sister, who was up in age. My mother took early retirement to take care of her sister, and excuse me, we maintained the house and, you know, paid property tax and all that kind of stuff, and you know, $1,000 worth of plumbing work and electric work and all kinds of things. And my cousin, whose name is on the deed, evicted us. And my mother was sick at the time. My mother's sister had passed, and he and I had a verbal agreement that we would be moving by January 1st. However, he reneged on that agreement and started eviction proceedings against us in October.
And this is family.
This is family. This is my only living blood relative, actually. My first cousin
is evicted you.
Yeah.
Knowing you got no place to go.
Right. And knowing that my mother's health got bad, you know, after she's, you know, spent the last 20 years taking care of his mama, you know. And subsequently we got my mother, when she found out what he was doing, she just gave up, lost the will to live, and she died shortly thereafter in December. And by January we were evicted after several extensions and this and that. And the verbal agreement that we had was that when he sold the house, he was going to share the proceeds with my mom, you know, so subsequently with me, I guess. And, you know, so far that hasn't happened. So we had some friends who lived in a homeless community, and we slept on their floor for a couple of days until we got our own tent, and we stayed in a tent for 5 months. Yeah, from like January to May. And you know, she works, and she, you know, went to work every day.
So you work full time and you were in a tent?
Yeah, I do in-home care for elderly.
Okay.
And so we met Derek through our friends, and Derek basically saved us, hooked us up, got us down here, you know, with no red tape, no, you know, ifs, ands, or buts, and you know, here we are. They're supposed to be finding permanent housing for us or whatever.
So now, what was it like living in a tent? And I can't imagine living in a tent without showers and going to work every day.
Well, they had a program that came every Sunday that washed our clothes, and they had showers, Dignity on Wheels or something. Yeah. Was that the name of it? Yeah, Dignity on Wheels. And which shout out to them, because they were great people. Yeah. And you know, they did our laundry, you know, every Sunday, and
it's washed up every day.
You know, and
but if
got a little cold sometimes, you know.
What?
Got a little cold sometimes at night, but you know, we just covered up, you know, put on clothes to go to bed. You know.
We got big gallons of water so we can wash up every day.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, we've been together 22 years, and you know, this is my life partner, and you know, we're just gonna make the best of it, you know, however we can, you know.
What would you want house people to know about homelessness that they don't know?
It's not easy.
Well, I used to joke when we first got together. I used to say, "Baby, I love you so much, I'd push a shopping cart with you." And you know, little did I know that. Well, we don't push shopping carts, but little did I know that one day we would, you know, be in this situation. You know, I would say to people, you know, well off or doing well or surviving, you know, in homes. You know, don't turn your nose up or look down on homeless people. You know, some of them are there because of their own choices or whatever, but some are there because of the things that life has brought to them. You know,
we all make bad choices. Homelessness shouldn't be a punishment for bad choices.
exactly. You know,
So-
and you know, with you know, a different crumbling of the cookie, it could be you. You know,
right.
so you know.
So what's your future like?
Well, being almost 65 years old, you know, I'm happy to have reached this age, and you know, the future, as far as I'm concerned, is rosy. You know, if I wake up tomorrow, it's, you know, another beautiful day in the Bay.
Well, you guys are on a path to housing because you're in here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and you're still working?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
With the grace of that man up there.
yeah. And so once you get out of here, you have your own place.
Still be
Things will
working.
be a lot better. And going to work, I'm sure, from here is a lot better than from a tent.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You know, the trailer we live in is nice. It was brand new. It has a shower, bathroom, you know, kitchen, a bedroom. You know, we're
So
able
many
to-
people they say get a job, and even if there was jobs right now because of the coronavirus, there's no jobs.
Right.
Right.
But then you got to have a shower to be able to keep a job. You know, so if you guys had 3 wishes, what would they be? House,
Car
car,
and still be living.
and still be living. And you?
I don't know. That's a hard choice. You know, I mean, when we lost our house, you know, I lost. I had like a 5,000 album record collection. You know, that's irreplaceable, pretty much, and lots of sports memorabilia. You know, I've been a sports fan all my
Lost
life.
everything.
And you know, I had bobbleheads, autographs, autographed jerseys. You know,
Sentimental stuff.
Yeah.
You
you know,
collected it. You're a collector.
You know, we had like 10 photo albums. You know, that we don't have.
You lost your photo albums too?
Yeah,
Oh my
birth
gosh.
certificate.
Birth certificate. Oh my gosh.
But
So you'd wish for all that stuff back.
well, not
Some
necessarily, but I'd wish for the means to
Replace
be
it.
able to, you know, start
A new
acquiring some things
Yeah.
or whatever. You know.
Then two more wishes.
Hit the super mega lotto.
I didn't this morning. Just letting you know. Just letting you, being here in California, I figured I'd waste $2 and I didn't win.
You know, but
So it's all yours.
But I would just, you
have
know,
all the
basically
homeless
wish to,
people in the world.
you know, get our situation settled. You know, to maintain relatively good health and, you know, live a long time. You know,
Great wishes. Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
You're welcome.
you're welcome. Thank you.